Now this is my grandpa Jens Pedersen, and he's the one who built the house on Summit. And he told me one time, Kerstin, never turn down a free cigar. And I was about that age when he was passing on this information. My father told me he thought it was hilarious. If they're passing around a cigar, be sure to take one.
Good heavens. I like that apron on Grandma.
Yeah, that's Grandma's. Grandma's got little peep toe shoes,
Oh, yeah.
with little ribbons on her apron. And for a while there, the braid that she wore around her hair was such a fashion. As you will see, my other aunties had taken it up too. I have very few memories of Jens Pedersen because I think he passed away in about maybe 5 more years from this time. And my grandma Pedersen was dead before I was born, so I never got to meet her. And that's my dad, making fun of me there, making me laugh.
Your dad's Arthur.
Arthur, yes. Now this is my very own baby carriage for my very own doll. And this is how we traipsed around the neighborhood. Briefly. Isn't that something? And that little carriage was around when my daughters became grandchildren and played with it.
Sure did.
And my mother just stuffed me in there, see? Look at that. I'm in that little carriage. There's a large theme of confinement here.
Look at you in the garden with Plush.
And the flowers and the dog. Oh. That's so sweet. But mostly, I find that I thought I was very free in running around, but lots of times my parents would have me in a playpen, in a carriage, in something.
So did you have a little pond?
My mother did on 81 South Victoria. That's not at Summit. That's from their first house.
The flowers are blooming and it's beautiful.
It is handsome. It was gorgeous. That's the backyard. I am climbing.
Look at that lovely sitting area.
It's like a little I don't know, what would you call that?
I don't know. It's a trellis, but there's more to it than that.
It's a trellis where people can sit and look at each other face to face.
I'll bet you there's a name for it.
There must be. I cannot believe that I don't remember that, but I don't, because I'm pretty sure I was never allowed to get very close to it. There's my mom and me. You see her braid?
I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
She still wore it when I was a kid.
Yeah, she wore it all her life.
She kept it up.
Mm-hmm. And this is what my hair was like. Wild, curly, crazy. And you may see it shortly, red. I am now in a playpen, because otherwise I run all over the backyard. I look like I want to get near that watering can.
You also have an abacus to pass the time on your plate.
I know there's an abacus. Abacus. I can learn to multiply. Yeah, get your foot stuck out there. Maybe your shoe will come off.
Oh my goodness.
I told you I knew I wanted that watering can. Look, the doll's busted free. Here I come. Whee! Oh, look at these little sweaters. Little girls had smocked dresses, crocheted sweaters. Oh my goodness. Grandpa Dahlstrom, Grandma Dahlstrom, and my mom. Carl John, Augusta, and my mother Esther. And soon you will see some of my mother's brothers. There's my dad sitting with Grandpa Dahlstrom. There's Jens Pedersen, my Aunt Genevieve, my father's sister. There's Uncle Bill with a necktie.
Oh, yeah.
And now, walking toward us are Aunt Jan, Jens Pedersen. Here comes my dad and mom. I like those skirts, don't you, Kerstin?
I do very much.
There's the car. I think that's a Packard.
And that's in the back of 1865.
1865 Summit garage. That was Uncle Bill climbing on the car. That's my mother looking at the car. A lot of these family pictures I have are people looking at cars or sitting on cars. That's my Uncle Bill. Isn't he cute? Here's my dad. There's my Aunt Hortense, I think. I may be wrong. That's Jen driving a car. My mother never learned to drive a car. She blames it on her brothers. She said that with 5 brothers, she didn't have a chance to learn how to drive. And I'll buy that. That's my Aunt Jen. Now, who's that in the... Oh, my goodness. I think those are my grandparents fishing. They liked to fish. And look at that dog. Where are we? That's my mom. Maybe this is like Mille. There's my dad. And the dog is swimming. I may not recognize these people, but this looks rather northern Minnesota to me. I think they're friends of my mom's, but I don't remember.
Now this is back. Is this the garden?
This is 81 South Victoria again.
Okay.
And there's my mother with more cute shoes and Plush and a hat. Hi. Hi, Plush. He's chewing on something. Oh, I think they like this descending the staircase thing.
Where is this located?
This is at Summit, I think. I'm not sure.
doesn't look like
No, it
Summit.
doesn't look like Summit.
My guess is this is Mille. I can't tell.
I can't tell what this is either. That's probably Victoria.
Okay.
Another descent. Oh, and here comes Aunt Bonna with David, and my Aunt Hortense is behind them. There's my Uncle Rub, my Uncle Hugo. Oh, who did I miss? Uncle Sig or somebody? Here are my grandparents. Oh, this is going too fast. Here's my mother with Jens Pedersen. My dad and his father, Jens Pedersen. Grandpa Dahlstrom, my mother in the middle, and Jens Pedersen and Arthur Pedersen on the outside. And I don't know where they are. There's another one in the garden. I think I just went back a few years. I look like I'm about 8 months there. What do you think?
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Maybe a little younger, actually. You're not sitting up all that much.
maybe a little, yeah, I'm being held up.
Maybe more like 4 or 5.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you recognize that stoop or the lady behind
No, I
you?
don't recognize them. Maybe she's holding Nancy, my cousin Nancy. That's a possibility. And that boy sure looks like my cousin David. We may be in Malacca. Look, Aunt Hortense is standing up on the top step. My grandma's on the next step down. Aunt Bonna's hugging all these kids. Aunt Hortense is hugging everybody. Look at this passel. Look at Aunt Bonna turning around and smiling. Aunt Bonna and Hortense, they're so beautiful. They are such ladies of the 30s.
That does look like Mille, doesn't it?
This is definitely Malacca because, this is like the Eleanor houses. Those are Jens Pedersen's
Oh, those are
perfect
also-
plans
that's also
houses.
the Jens Pedersen house?
Mm-hmm. Yep.